wind. Well, good morning, all you quarantiners, essential and non-essential, and welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed this shed build so far. Today we're going to be working on the Gable rake, and what that is just the portion of the roof or the roof cover that extends out past the gable. If we don't do that, your gable would just be flush right here, right all the way down to your door, and it doesn't really look too appealing, and it doesn't give us that a little bit more protection when it comes to like the rain or the dew. Goal is to get it about 16 inches away from the face, which will be the same as right there on that end. And I'm gonna take you through this process. I don't believe I've ever done this before. It's been a while since we were in Mr. Hervey's shop class down at OHS, but I've got an idea, and I will get set up and make some cuts and then try to walk you through what I'm thinking. So follow along if you're interested. Alright, so I got 16 inches over. This is going to be the width of the 2x4 that makes up the top diagonal piece of the truss. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to cut this out right here. And we're going to cut this down so that it is half the width of that 2x4. Vice versa, we're going to go up onto that truss in those same spots, and we're going to cut that to where it's half the width of a 2x4, so it will lock into each other. You'll have a notch up there, you'll have a notch down here, and when I slide them on together, they should be flush, and we'll run a 3-inch nail through it either direction to hold it in there. So I did some math for you guys before I turn the camera on. I apologize if you can't see it, but the width of a 2x4 is actually 3 5/8. If we divide that by 2, we got 1 3/16. So the way I set my saw up was I measured 1 13/16 on this board right here, which gave me this little mark, and then I set my saw on that board to where the teeth were just to that mark, and then locked my depth of my saw down. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run that saw down here multiple times and then chip all that out, and that'll give us a nice little notch. So there's the finished product of our 4 boards that are going to be extending out past our truss. You can see the groove that has now been cut in it. Hey, baby. You're being great to help. Absolutely.
Here's the next puzzle piece. Okay.
Thank you, girl. All right, last one, right?
All we have to do is flat.
All right, so we've got the other 4 outriggers put in place for the Gable rake, and really happy on how that turned out. It was not the original plan that I had, but I'm glad we did it that way because the strength and stability that you're going to get if you were to walk across it in the future is going to be there. Now what we're going to do is get the 2 diagonal 2x4s that will be nailed to the end of the 4 boards on either side, and that'll give us a nice finished boxed out look. These are the 2x4s that we just put in, the outriggers, and we're looking at the angle that our Gable truss makes, and we're going to look at these 2 cuts right here to figure out what angle we need to cut the next 2 2x4s to match these 2. So we're going to take our square and we are going to put it right here on the edge, right where this gap is. So if I match it up here, and then I run that angle up to where it matches our line, voila, it is right at 18 degrees. So I'm going to need to make 2 cuts, 18 and 18 degrees. Okay, so we've got the Gable rake in place, nailed on both sides, and now we're going to work around to the eave, or the face of the eave. We're going to run a 2x4 from right here all the way down to that end, and we'll get a mark and get this cut so that it all matches up nice and neat. set it up top. You got it? I think our compressor shut off. It's not, it hasn't kicked back on. Okay.
Is that the compressor?
Yeah. Alright, so there's the 2x4 in for the eave going down. And it's nothing but just running that down the rest of the way to get it all cased out. I'll probably throw one more up there, and then I'll go work on the other side. Perfect. All right. Alright, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and hope you all learned something, because I know I did. It has been a minute, so we had to knock the cobwebs off to get it all figured out. But I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm so glad that we chose to do this. We're going to go ahead and just cut this video off from here, and we'll get another one when it comes to putting on the OSB and the tar paper, as well as the drip edge. So until then, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe this video and every video. Even if you don't watch it, just click on it, like and subscribe to the channel, because what else are you doing right now in quarantine? Thank you again from Chrissy and I, and from the girls, for watching, and I hope you guys stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.